Good afternoon and welcome to NYCryptoTalk. Thanks for joining me today for Friday's Neo news and the update of the crypto market. Today is April 27th and we have a lot of great news from the Neo projects. The Neo European tour has ended, but it has gained a lot of attention and a lot of news has dropped in the past couple of days. So I'm very excited to bring you guys all the latest news in the Neo marketplace. First things first, the cryptocurrency market and the status of how it's doing. It is currently at $420 billion. It did reach $430 billion this week, and then we saw a little bit of a drop off, about $30 or $40 billion overnight. And the market is now looking like it's back in a little bit of a recovery, but it is before the weekend, as I mentioned before. Generally, the weekend we see a little bit of a drawback on a Friday and a Saturday, and sometimes a little bit of a pickup on Sunday. So the market is looking really good. Bitcoin has been holding, for the most part, over $9,000 for the past couple of days. It did drop below yesterday when we had a little bit of a dip. But overall, I'm very happy. I know I had mentioned I was hoping by the end of this month we would hit 400 billion and sustain it. If we can sustain it for the next couple of days, I will be very, very happy at where we are right now. The market's looking good, projects are looking good, and so forth. You know, the most part, the major cryptocurrencies right now are doing really well. Neo did hit over $80. I was very happy to see that. I'm sure most of the people were, and a lot of the Neo projects have been doing very, very well these past couple of days. First things first, going through some ICOs. The first one is Orbis Token, which is a Bluetooth mesh network. I'll open up their website, but their ICO has ended. I wasn't aware of this project. Obviously, I need to do some more research into some of the ICOs and start tracking them through a spreadsheet to see what is going on, but I guess this was just not one of the high praised ones, or at least not one of the very super hype projects like NEX and so forth. So I will definitely do some more research into the actual project. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Neo ICOs in general, so I will be taking a look at this, but their ICO did finish. If you want to look at their website, it basically talks about how they want to deliver a secure, global, decentralized, and open network for Bluetooth communities. So they're going to build a mesh network on top of Bluetooth on the blockchain. So I'm going to look into some more details on this project as well. There is a token sale that is upcoming. It is called BizShake, and they are starting in October. So this one's a little bit further out, but you can actually look at their website as well. They have a P2P sharing ecosystem on the Neo blockchain through tokenized of real-world assets. So real-world assets are utilized in the P2P sharing ecosystem. So it is a far-off project, so I'll have plenty of time to review this, but just an FYI that this information has now been released about the ICO, and they do plan on trying to get this compliant with the US SEC regulations so that they can actually be available in the United States as an ICO. So that's always good to see, and I think that's the reason why they push this ICO further out into the future. New Econo Labs, which I've discussed before because they have developed the Neo Done hardware wallet, or they are working on it right now, and they also are working on the Neo Name service, and that actually is something that they have now added some more information on as far as the Blockchain Explorer, and they have released their Light wallet, which is really interesting. You can actually go and create a Neo wallet directly from the Nel website, and you can actually build a new wallet. There is now a lot of competitors when it comes to Neo wallets. That is another one I will be talking about in a few minutes. But you can check out more information on New Econo Labs on their website, as well through their Twitter. They are very active. As I've mentioned before, New Econo Labs is a developer community similar to City of Zion, but New Econo Labs is more of a westernized version of City of Zion. So it's a big community-based developer team that are working on different Neo projects. So definitely check them out. They have a lot of things coming up. They have a lot of great news going on. The second round of the Neon Exchange is actually getting closed today. So the KYC is closing today for the second round for the NEX exchange. So definitely, if you guys are outside of the United States, outside of China, definitely check it out because this is still being touted as one of the highest ICOs of 2018, so definitely look into it. I am a big fan of the NEX platform, but I was not lucky enough to be involved with it because I am a United States resident, so definitely take a look into it. During last week's review, I did talk about the Galaxy open beta that is from the Zeepin platform, and they did actually show this and demo it at the Seoul meetup. Right now it is a limited beta, but they will have more information on it in the coming weeks, so I think it is definitely something to look into, and hopefully more information will come out. I haven't been able to find any YouTube videos on it or any videos on it, but I'm very excited to see the mobile platform Crypto Galaxy, because I'm personally not a game person, but this sounds really interesting, and I like the whole SimCity type feel that they plan on building with this Crypto Galaxy game. The next piece of news is, as I mentioned, there is more wallets coming out. Aphelion is now introduced their Neo desktop wallet, and they are touting it as one of the best Neo wallets out there. It is a very full-fledged Neo wallet. Neon wallet, obviously a lot of people have, and it is probably one of the oldest Neo wallets and probably one of the most secure. But the Aphelion wallet, if you take a peek at it, I did download it. I can't actually show it right now because I do have some funds in there. I do think it is a very high-tech wallet, and it's very interesting on how it looks. So they are actually, they're looking on being able to implement a DEX integration with it as well. So there's a lot of information in there. It's like the Blockfolio for NEX, basically, with a lot more information. Definitely check it out. I think it's something that's going to move forward in the future, and I think they're going to have a really nice user base eventually. You can actually see that they actually just made a major update to their actual wallet on GitHub, actually only a couple hours ago. And it talks about the different things. So there's the support for Ledger on Mac has been added. Performance in the app has been greatly improved. They have improved the user experience when claiming gas, and they removed backup wallet functions when logged in with the Ledger. So there's a lot of cool functionality, and they are constantly updating it. If you check their GitHub, you'll see they're very active in the community. So there's a lot of updates going on, a lot of bug fixes going on. So I definitely think that the project's going to be here for a long time. AlphaCat has announced that their forecasting model is going to be coming soon. They have a very, very limited beta going on right now. It is a closed beta, but they're basically going to be doing Ethereum, Neo, EOS daily forecasts, as well as BTC forecasting. So I think this is really interesting how they are going to use a modeling technique and basically allow people to see where they see the probability of changes, whether it's going to be a bear market, bull market, and so forth. Obviously, there's a lot of back-end prediction modeling that they're going to use. I'm sure there's some AI predictive modeling in the background, trends, news, and so forth. So definitely look into AlphaCat. They are actually live right now, the actual project, but I think this product is actually going to be really interesting. I can't wait to actually take a peek at it. But there is some really interesting information you can see here. It's really kind of hard to see, but it talks about the different functionality and how the rise probability works and the average change works. And they have a lot of details that they're going to be coming out with in the next couple of weeks. So I think it's a unique take on things where, most people nowadays just go by the news in Twitter, go by the news in Medium or Reddit. But this kind of thing with the predictive modeling, I think, is a different take on how we're going to work in the future when it comes to investment strategies and portfolios. So definitely give it a check out to AlphaCat. Some really interesting news, I thought, because obviously there's always competitors in the field, and especially with Neo, they have a lot of similar type platforms that are releasing, and because Neo is a very tight-knit community, obviously they are choosing specific projects for specific needs. So when I knew about NEX, I was very excited about it, only to find out that there was also a Switch.io application, which is also a decentralized exchange. And then, of course, I had talked about Thor token, and then I did a review on Thor token, only to realize that they had a similar project called Moonlight. And Moonlight works with the job industries as well. But they did actually talk about having a partnership between Thor token and Moonlight. So I think they're actually going to work together at some point in time and utilize the recruiting, job force working, with Thor tokens functionality for the actual job market itself. So it's a nice integration. I'm a big fan of Thor token, and after doing some research on Moonlight, I think both of these platforms collaborating are going to have a lot of new information going on. They're all going to definitely succeed in the future. They do have a very niche market, and it is actually a huge niche market when it comes to job industry. And another piece of fantastic news from one of the fastest rising projects in the NEO community is Ontology. Ontology launched its smart contract tool called SmartX. So they have been out for about a month with their open source information on their project, and they've received enthusiastic response and feedback from the developers, and they've now released the SmartX smart contract platform that includes the CLI function, WebSocket subscribe function, event push filter, new WASM APIs, smart contract pre-execute, interoperability across virtual machines, Neo VM, SmartX, and more. So there's a lot of great information that they've now released onto their GitHub. So definitely check it out. Ontology is definitely rising through the ranks of Neo. Might eventually take over Neo when it comes to market cap. But they do have a fantastic project. I'm a big fan of Ontology and have been for the past couple of months. So definitely take a peek at Ontology's updates. They just released this information about their smart contract tool. So I hope you guys like this. That is the NEO news for the week of April 27th. I will be back next Friday with some more information, and if anything comes up that is absolutely dire or urgent or amazing, I'll definitely shoot out some videos before then. But I hope you guys like this. Please shoot me a comment. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any new videos that are going to be coming out shortly. And I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy, y'all.